Hello, I'm Nachiket Deshmukh and I own Tradonomics Academy where I teach stock and option strategies to people so that they can customize those strategies and make money by managing their risks according to their investment profile. Now, there is absolutely zero experience needed to take my education, and I teach students, I teach adults because each person has a different goal. So students may want to learn stock and options for financial literacy, while adults may want to take these classes so that they can aim to make money and grow financially. So today I'm going to present different stock and option strategies that you could have applied in the past. So we are going to go back 1 year. So we'll go back to November 2023. Today is November 2024. So I'm going to show you with certain amount of money what your income growth would have been if you had invested that money in different strategies. My company name is Tradonomics Academy and my website is tradonomics.us. You can scan the QR code to directly go to my website. First of all, I would like to ask you to stop gambling, stop speculating. You can never predict where a stock will go because there are these market makers which know exactly what you're thinking. So if you think that a stock is going to go up next week, they are going to bring it down. If you think that the stock is going to go down, they're going to bring it up. So instead of that, instead of speculating, learn from me. Learn stock and option strategies through my education classes where I teach technicals, where I teach the fundamentals, where I teach you what to look for, where I teach you how to time the market. And also the most important thing that I teach is risk management because you have certain hard-earned money that you don't want to put all that money in one stock and forget about it and treat it as a long-term investment because long-term investments also fail. Okay, so I'm going to start my presentation with certain scenarios. So let's go back in the past, November 2023, and imagine that you had $100,000 in your bank account, right? If you had put your $100,000 in a savings account, you would have gotten an average of 4% in a year. Your net worth would have been $104,000 approximately. So about 4% growth in a year. Instead of that, if you had put that money in the S&P 500 ETF, which is nothing but an index that tracks the top 500 companies in the US, you would have gotten a return of $33,000, which is 33%. Not bad, right? If you had put your money in the Tesla stock, which by the way is quite volatile, so you could have made even more money than this. But we took a look at November 2023 to November 2024, so you would have made about 33,000 from Tesla stock as well. The fourth and the fifth columns are the ones that my education will primarily focus on. So I'll be teaching you how to trade stocks, but I'll be teaching you how to trade options, basic options, advanced options, everything. So in the fourth column, if you had bought Tesla stock, but instead of just buying and holding that stock for 1 year, if you had traded options on that, you leveraging the stock, then you would have made $187,000 just from the options. So your percentage growth in 1 year would have been 220%. The fifth column is, let's say out of 100,000 you put $75,000 in Tesla stock and the remaining $25,000 you put every week to trade advanced options, then you would have made 437% in 1 year. So your 100,000 would have grown to 537,000 November 2024 right now. Okay. Now, I understand Tesla is quite a volatile stock, so you would obviously see more returns and you could also lose more money. But even if you take a look at a conservative stock such as Apple, so the 1 year returns from Apple stock would have been only $18,000. So you put money in Apple stock, you take it out now, you would have made just $18,000. But if you had traded basic options, that's the fourth column here, you would have made about $4,000 in a year. Now, instead of that, well, along with that, if you had traded advanced options, then you would have made about $245,000 from not Apple, but from overall stock market, right? So using your $25,000, you could have made $245,000. So your net worth would have been $367,000 or 267%, which is kind of between the fourth and the fifth column. So people ask me, why should I trade stocks when I can just put it in a certificate deposit or FD or something, right? Or a high interest savings account. Well, stocks allow you to own the shares of the companies to help them develop better products and obviously help the US economy grow. So you put money in Apple, you're helping Apple to make better watches, better phones, invest in new technologies and help the US economy grow in return. And that obviously gives you the returns as well. The total S&P 500 returns, which is like the top 500 companies ETF, if you had put money in that, the total returns in the last 5 years has been 60%. No bank in this world will give you 60% returns. No bank. Liquidity, you can withdraw your stocks any given time. Any time you can just sell your stocks and get the money back, put it in your bank. You can also earn regular dividends. So some of the companies pay people to own the stocks. So they have certain dividend, like maybe 1%, 2% dividends. So you get these dividends just cash in your brokerage account every 3 months, most of the times. And that way you can earn side income along with owning the stocks. You can sell covered calls on your underlying stocks, and that's the fourth column that I talked about earlier, where you could trade basic options and you could make money much more than what the stocks are worth. You can generate another income stream to help in case of unfortunate events or employment situations, right? I mean, people are losing jobs left and right today, and if you don't have a different income stream, it's very difficult to live off of your savings, and especially in the market like this, where it could take you 6 months, 1 year to get a job. So some of the examples, if you had invested $10,000 in Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Macy's 5 years ago, you would have made respectively $34,000, $29,000, $143,000 from Tesla, and you would have actually lost money in Macy's, right? So which shows that not always you will make money, right? If you just put money and you forget about it, you can lose money or you can make money. But if you are active about managing your money, and if you are looking at the technicals and the fundamentals and the indications and the earnings and everything, if you are studying the market, if you are analyzing the stocks and you are rebalancing your portfolio, then only you can think of making good amount of money. Okay, so now we are going to do a little bit of time travel. We will go back to November of 2023. Today is November of 2024. So we will go back 1 year and trade in the market simulated to the exact conditions that were prevailing 1 year ago. So this platform here that you see is Thinkorswim. It's a tool provided by Charles Schwab, using which you can trade stocks and options. I love this tool, and the beauty of this true tool is that you can go back in time using this on-demand feature. So you can pretty much select any date that you want, and I think it goes back several years. Let's go to November of 2023, and let's go to November 13th, and we can also set the time. So I would like to go to 12:30. That's the kind of the lunch time when the markets are pretty stable. We are going to buy Tesla stock. So I go to buy market, edit. So the stock price is $224. Our account value, this is all simulated value, so it's $100,000. So I think I will buy 400 shares of Tesla, which is about $89,000. Okay, so I'm going to send. Okay, so we have 400 shares of Tesla here at the cost of $224 per share. Now we are going to come back to the present, November of 2024. Okay, November 12th. Wait for things to load. Okay, so now we can see that our 400 shares of Tesla that we bought 1 year ago has a profit. This is PL, means profit or loss. So we have a profit of $43,000. Okay, so now we can sell these shares. We have 400. I'm going to sell it at the market price. Send. So you see the account balance, we started with $100,000. Now it's $143,000. So we already made $43,000 from Tesla. You can simulate all these things. You can simulate your trading, your stock trading, your options trading. That's what I'm going to teach you in my class. I'll teach you the strategies. I'll help you customize your strategies based on your investment profile, risk profile, and then you can practice your trading using simulated money, no real money, and go back in time, go back in any type of market, bull market, bear market, and try out your strategies and see how much money you could have made using your strategies so that you can apply those in the future. Why should you trade options? You can generate weekly, monthly, yearly income on own stocks. So, I mean, you can put money in stocks, but then you don't realize any gains unless you sell those stocks, right? And which can be years from now. So, if you own a good stock, you wouldn't want to sell it. But with options, you can have a weekly target, you can have a monthly target, and you can make money which you can use now, regardless of the market. If it's a bullish market, uptrending or downtrend or sideways market, you can make money from options in any condition. So if the market, people say that, hey, market's down, I'm losing money. Well, you can't in options. If in options, if the market's going down, you could always make money by having some spreads, the credit spreads. But if the market's going up, you can always have the bull spreads or the debit spreads. And there are many other strategies that you can also apply if it's the market is sideways. You need very low capital compared to buying stocks. So if it's so the same thing about the fourth bullet here. Trading options is less risky than buying stocks. Imagine like you have $100,000. You put in you put in like 6 7 different stocks, or even if you put in S&P 500, there is no guarantee that it will go up. So you are actually locking your $100,000 forever, right? But with options, you get your money back in a week, or you can lock your money for a week, or you can even get out of that options trade if things are going south. Options is very low risk, very low capital. So instead of $100,000, you're going to need probably 1,000, probably 10,000, probably $5,000. You can have your own investment profile. Think of it as about 20 to 25% returns on whatever you invest. So if you are investing $10,000, you can expect to make about $2,000 to $2,500 every week. I'm not talking about yearly. I'm talking about $10,000. From $10,000, you can make $2,000 in a week. If you put 100,000, you can think of making $20,000. Of course, I won't recommend that unless you are really good at options trading and you have a good amount of experience. So examples that we covered earlier, covered calls on 100 Tesla shares would generate approximately 50,000 in a year, right? Uh, Vertical spreads, which are part of the advanced strategies of options, you could generate about 900% in a year. No bank, no job, nothing, no business in this world is going to give you 900% returns in a year. That's what my education will teach you. We are going to do a time travel again. We will go back to November of 2023 and we will buy 400 shares of Tesla and we will sell covered calls on Tesla, which is a very basic option strategy, and see how much money we can make every week. So I'm going to reset my account first. I'm going to reset it so that my balance goes back to 100,000 or my principal goes back to 100,000. We are on November 10th of 2023 and I'm going to go to trade, buy, change the amount to 400 shares. Okay, so now we have 400 shares of Tesla at $212 per share. Look at our account value, it's gone down to $14,000. Now let's sell covered calls on Tesla 1 week out. So we are at 7, which is 7 days out, 17th November 2023. That's 7 days from now. And we will sell a covered call. Let's pick about 3 to 4% above the current value, which is about $220. Okay, and since we have 400 shares, that's equivalent to 4 contracts because it's the multiples of 100. So market and confirm and send. All right, so we sold covered calls. So our account value was about 14,000 something. It grew to 15,948, so about $1,000 more. So we have collected a premium of about $1,000 by selling covered calls on the Tesla shares that we already own. So we still own those Tesla shares, right? Now we are going to go to November 17th and see what happens. Okay, so our strike price was $220, but Tesla stock has gone up to $235, so it has exceeded our strike price. So what happens is we still get to keep our premium of $1,000 that we collected 1 week ago, but your Tesla shares will get assigned. So all our 400 shares of Tesla will get sold by at the end of the market at the strike price of $220, even though it's trading as $235. So we are going to lose out on some potential gains, but let's see what our net gains would be after this assignment. So $220 minus our purchase price of $212.79, and that times 400 shares plus the $1,000 that we collected. So we, at the end of the day, 1 week, we would have realized about $4,000 from this trade. So our account value would go to about $104,000 by the end of the day. If this looks confusing, don't worry. This is exactly what I will cover in my education classes. You will exactly know how to do these trades and when to do these trades. What you just saw is a trading strategy called covered call. It's a very basic option strategy with which you can make money every week by selling the covered calls on the underlying stocks that you already own without actually selling those stocks. However, in this strategy, all of your capital is locked with that Tesla stock. So unless you sell those Tesla stocks, your money is locked in, which means you wouldn't have enough money to trade other option strategies. That's the reason you need to learn some of the advanced option strategies where you would need 1/10 of the money that you would need to buy the Tesla stock and still make double the amount of money that you just made from selling the covered calls. So in my education classes, I'm going to go over the US stock market essentials. So if you are a beginner, you have zero experience, I will teach you stock fundamentals, why invest in stocks, how to pick out of the 14,000 different stocks in the US, how to pick the 5 or 10 companies or 20 companies that you want to invest in. I'll teach you all those techniques. Buying and selling strategies, when to buy, when to sell, those are the important things, because let's say you buy Nvidia stock when it's at the peak, when the market PE ratio, when Nvidia's PE ratio is very high, and it crashes, and in 1 year you lose half of your money. There's no point in doing that, right? So you want to buy when the price is low and you want to sell when the price is high. That's the basic strategy of stocks. I will also teach you all the trading tools. So Robinhood is pretty popular trading tool among the beginners, but to be honest, Robinhood does not let you have any stop losses so that you can prevent yourself from big losses. It has very basic features. But I'll teach you Robinhood. I'll teach you Think or Swim, which is the tool from Charles Schwab. It's a very, very good tool. It's something that I use on a daily basis. So I'll teach you how to use that tool because it's pretty complex. It's very complex than compared to Robinhood. And then there are other tools where like TradingView or FinViz and Bar Chart. There are all these other tools which you can use for your analysis on to make a decision about stocks. The next best thing that I'll teach you is options trading. So I'll teach you the options basics. You need zero experience again for this also. If you don't know anything about options, I'm going to teach you right from the definition. So I'll teach you the basics of options. I'll teach you the technical indicators, what to look for. I'll teach you various strategies for generating weekly income, bi-weekly income, monthly income, and I'll teach you all the trading tools that you can use for options. The next thing I'm going to teach you in my classes is day trading basics. So I'll teach you intraday trading, which is minute by minute trading, scalping. There are different strategies that you can use for intraday. I don't do it much, but I know about it, and if I feel lucky, I do it. But honestly, day trading, in my opinion, no matter how good your technical indications are, in my opinion, it's still gambling. So I don't do it unless I have a lot of time on my hand and I don't mind losing all of my money that I'm putting in intraday trading. Algorithmic trading. So this is not just used for day trading, but you can use it for weekly or bi-weekly trading as well, or by just plain buying and selling stocks. So I'll teach you algorithmic trading where you can actually write scripts which will provide you indications of, in general, when to buy, when to sell, support resistance levels, moving average, convergent divergence, RSI, all these various indications you can code in the scripts that you can apply, and it will those scripts will give you notification of when to buy and when to sell. Practice, practice, practice. In my classes, not only I'll teach you the theories, but I'll also make you practice your trading skills using simulated accounts. So for that, you'll need to sign up for trading brokerage accounts, but that will allow you to use the paper money, which is simulation, so not real money. It will allow you to use the simulated money to trade and see how your investments are doing, right? And at the end of the class, we'll also have a competition which will go on for a month after the class, so that you can compete with your batchmates and see and track your performances and see who wins, who gets the most returns and the best strategies applied, and all of those factors will count in declaring the winner. Last but not least, if you want to invest in the Indian stock market, there is no better time than this, right? Keep investing in India. There are about 4,000, 5,000 stocks in the Indian stock market. I'll teach you how to choose the best out of those, and obviously all this education about the indications, fundamentals, analysis, you can use all of that and apply to the Indian stocks as well. It's pretty generic education, but you can apply that and you can invest in India as well. And I'll also show you how to set up your account in India and all of that. So I can provide you all that information which will get you started. So a little bit about me. I have over 16 years of experience. I started as an engineer at GE Aerospace, and today I'm a technology director at Radian. And I founded my company Tradonomics Academy just so that I can teach you all the various stocks and option strategies. So feel free to navigate through my website, go to the curriculum page, the course overview page, and you can see exactly what I'll be teaching in more details. Definitely contact me. There is some contact information on the website as well, and you can definitely contact me and ask me for more information, and I'll be happy to talk to you. Thank you.